Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a zombie horror film, Dawn of the Dead. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. Anna works as a nurse at a hospital. After work, she drives home as usual. The little girl next door greets Anna, and excitedly shows Anna her skating skills on her rollerblades. At night, Anna and her husband enjoy bedtime hormone story, and plan their coming weekend. The next morning, however, when they wake up, they are shocked to see the little girl standing in their bedroom. Noticing that the girl's face is covered in blood and gore, the husband goes to help the girl, but she savagely bites him to death. Anna is scared and tries to call 911, but fails because the telephone system has collapsed. When Anna turns around, she finds her honey stands right behind, but the sweet honey turns bloody, and charges at her in rage. She struggles to escape, and finally locks herself into the bathroom. In great panic, she comes to realize her husband has turned into a mindless zombie. So when he breaks the door to squeeze inside, she jumps out of the window for life. Outside, however, she's frightened to see that the neighborhood has turned into hell. She immediately gets into the car, and drives away. But the hormone-fast husband also appears fast, chasing behind tightly. Luckily on the way, he gets distracted away by other targets. Anna turns on the radio to learn that the government has declared a state of emergency due to a plague sweeping the whole nation. On a major road where is full of people in flight, a man attempts to hijack her car. Anna fights back and manages to get rid of him, but later crashes her car into a tree due to her panic, causing her to be knocked unconscious. Shortly after, she wakes up and tries to get out of the car. An officer discovers her and allows her to follow him after making sure she's not a zombie. They search forward cautiously. Soon, they come across a wandering group, handsome, pregnant wife, and her husband. They are so scared that both sides draw their guns. After confirming that none of them is a zombie, they get relieved. Handsome tells Anna that it is dangerous to keep going forward, because they just got out there, and it is full of zombies. Knowing the group are going to a nearby shopping mall, the officer and Anna decide to follow them. When reaching the back door of the shopping mall, they try to bust the lock, but the sound draws a zombie nearby, who charges at them fast, but gets killed. They manage to get inside the mall. It's really quiet inside, and no trace of zombie has been found. After a short break in the hall, Handsome and the husband decide to check around to make sure that this place is truly safe to stay, while the officer stays to protect Anna and the pregnant woman. The husband checks all the doors, and finds them all locked from inside, but suddenly a zombie hits the door from outside, trying to force his way in. When Handsome sees a shadow moving under a door, he gently opens it for a check, but only to discover a horrible zombie having his bloody dinner. The zombie notices him as well, and comes to attack him. While in the hall, hearing some loud noises, the three people want to go find out what happened. But a zombie suddenly appears from behind them, grabs the pregnant wife, and tries to bite her for blood. The officer fights against the zombie to save her. During the fierce fight, they both fall into a fountain. Anna takes a good chance to kill the zombie. On the other side, Handsome also manages to set himself free by terminating the zombie with an iron bar. Fortunately, the five of them reunite again and search upstairs for shelter. But they find that place has been taken over by 3 security guards, who were unwilling to accept them at first. But after they promise they will stay out of trouble and give up their guns, the security leader changes his mind and allows them to stay. There, the 5 of them go to take care of their wounds. The husband finds a bite wound on his wife's arm, but he decides to conceal that to the rest. Anna tries hard to find a pair of shoes for herself. When she tries to put it on, she finally loses control and bursts into sorrow for the loss of her husband. Later, the remaining men are sent downstairs to clear the zombies. They shoot all zombies in the head, which is said the only way to kill zombies. After that, they go to the rooftop to paint an SOS sign. There, they hear a gunshot, which turns out to be from a braided guy trapped in a gun shop. Suddenly, a helicopter flies over the roof, but totally ignoring them below. At night, the leader locks Anna and her friends in a room, because he still doesn't totally trust them. During their sleeping, the timer is on, so the young security guard is asked to turn it off. Later, he is frightened to see on the monitor that a truck rushes into the parking lot, which draws many zombies to the mall. Anna says they should rescue people on the truck, while the leader insists that it's wrong to let those guys in. because some of them may be infected. Therefore, he threatens to kill anyone who disobeys his orders. Handsome agrees with Anna, so he takes a chance to knock off the leader's gun and locks him up. Handsome and the husband stand behind the mall's back door and get ready to take action out. When the truck stops right in the doorway, the two rush out to shoot the zombies. Meanwhile, Anna and the pregnant wife ask the newcomers to get to the roof of the truck and help them climb into the mall. Anna is responsible for taking care of the injured, among whom a greasy lady is injured badly and unconscious. The newcomers tell them that they just escaped out from Fort Pastor, a U.S. military base, which has been wiped out by zombies, meaning the military can't send out rescue teams in the short term. Because of that, the officer falls into despair. Then, he goes to the rooftop to take a breath. He then tells the braided guy there will be no rescue. But the braided guy seems tough and remains optimistic, not treating that as the bad news. Inside, the greasy lady dies soon due to her injury. Moments later, Anna's shocked to find she's back on her feet and comes to charge them suddenly. Fortunately, Anna manages to pierce her greasy head with an iron bar. Then, they realize that normal people will be zombified if infected by zombie bites. Because of that, they have to find out the wounded one and kill the infected right away. And the officer is selected as the executioner. They notice a newly coming father obviously gets infected and needs to be quarantined or killed for the safety of others. His daughter can hardly accept such arrangement to her father, but the father doesn't want to become a flesh eater, so after consoling her daughter, the father succumbs to his fate. In the following days, the officer keeps contacting with the braided guy on the rooftop. To kill the boring time, they even play chess through cardboards and hide and seek rather than the hormone game. While a lonely young boy and a horny old girl start their hormone journey right under the close watch of zombies outside. One day, during their dinner time as usual, the husband helps his pregnant wife deliver her baby, despite knowing that she's about to turn into a zombie. Suddenly, they endure a power outage. So the leader guides his men to find the emergency generator. When they get to the underground parking garage, they discover a clever dog. The dog walks to them but suddenly stops, barking in their direction. Then, a zombie attacks them from nowhere. Soon, more and more zombies come to them. They flee and lead the zombies to the gas station, where they burn the zombies with gas at last. They get back safely, except for a young security guard. While tied to the bed, the wife dies and shortly becomes a zombie. In fear and despair, the husband still tries to deliver the baby out. Right then, newcomer finds them but is scared to see the zombified baby and wife, so she immediately shoots the wife in the head. Then the husband and the newcomer fall into a gunfight, and both of them die of the gunshots. Hearing that, others run into the room and find a horrified fat baby. They have to dispose of the infected corpses, and the zombified baby as well. In danger, they plan to flee to an island in Lake Michigan, because it is not safe to stay in the mall in the long run. So they begin to reinforce 2 buses in the parking garage and load everything necessary on board. The officer tells the braided guy that they are leaving, and knows the braided guy is starving and his life is in danger. Later, the officer and the group decide to set the clever dog to deliver food to him. The doggy completes its task soon, but some zombies follow inside. As a result, the braided guy gets bitten. A woman drives to the gun store, trying to rescue the dog on her own, but she is trapped inside. So the group get to the gun store through the drainage, but the zombies soon discover them. During the chaos, they finally locate the woman and the dog, and fight their way out through numerous zombies. They blow up the store to slow down the zombie army, so as to gain more time for their escape. Then they struggle to flee into the buses as planned. However, with tons of zombies blocking the way in front, the buses can hardly move inches. Right at that critical moment, the leader detonates a propane tank, resulting in a big blast among the zombie army, and therefore clearing a path for the 2 buses. On the way to the lake, however, one bus crashes due to the zombie attack, causing all the newcomers to be killed immediately. While the only bus left makes it all the way to the dock, where the group have to fight their way to the boat from the chasing zombies. In order to save time for others, the leader decides to sacrifice himself and detonates their last bomb. At last, the remaining survivors get on the yacht, except for Handsome, who chooses to stay behind due to the bite wound. Despite her unwillingness to leave him alone, Anna has to bid him farewell and leave with the rest right away. While Handsome places his gun under his chin, then kills himself. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Peace out.